here from Joolsedesigns at JT Creations. So in the past we've made some glossy and resin journal dangles. We made them from resin and glossy accents. The glossy accents you have to leave overnight to set, but the resin you just set with I've got this and it's an ultraviolet I got on Temu and it was quite cheap. We've also done some shrinky dinks or shrink plastic, quite a few. But what I have, and I've always done these and they're made with wire and resin or glossy accents. You can buy these kind of cabochon holders with the backs in, but what I do is I make them with wire and they're quite easy. So all you need to do is find yourself a nice circle, and it can be one of these dowels or, you know, the lid off your glue. It has to be smooth so that you can take the wire off. We've also got these kind of things as well, which are smaller still. That is maybe a little bit too not deep enough, but we'll try it because I know quite a few people have these. So what I've got is I've got some gold. It's beading wire. It's 24 gauge. And what I do is I take probably about 10-12 inches. I don't measure it out. That's probably about right. And cut it. Then I fold it in half. And what I do is I put these two ends. I use my needle nose pliers to keep hold of them, and then I usually use a thin pencil, but I've got my pokey tool here. And then what I do is I start twisting it. Whoop. So what you want is let me do it with this hand, I can hold it. So keep that tight. And then just twizzle this round. I sometimes put my finger in it, but you can end up getting yourself cut. And I just I'm not a batten twirler. If I was a batten twirler, I'd probably be able to do this a lot easier. But that was never my forte at school. We didn't do a lot of stuff like that here in the UK. And what I'm doing is I'm just twirling it round. I think you can see it. Until you get like an even look. And then just pull it like that. Take that out and take that out. And then you've got this nice, looks like a nice chain, you know, what you see around it, the middle of a sort of like a shield or logo or something. And then what I do is I put it, in fact, I think this is the same size. Yeah, it is. I was looking for something a little bit bigger, but I haven't got. If I looked, you know, the lids off perfume bottles, and I fold it round like that. Then what I do is I twist it so it's tight. Then I put them two up. Hold them in my needle nose pliers. They don't have to be needle nose pliers. It's just a pair of pliers that you can hold on to, and then what I do is I twist it, trying to keep them together, and I just twist it like this. And there we are. So we have it. And then what I usually do is I cut that off at about probably an inch. It could probably do a lot smaller than that. And then I take it off. And then that way I've got my... And what I do is I just straighten that out, put it on my desk. If you've got a piece of wood, you could hammer it flat, but it is flat. And then I've got round nose pliers. This is probably a bit too long, actually. And now I'm not a jewellery maker, and all you jewellery makers are probably cringing at the way I'm turning this, but this is the way I do it. As I say, I'm not a jewellery maker, and I just make a loop. Then what I have been doing is I put glue and I glue it down onto my piece of paper. But what I was thinking was I maybe could do it with resin. So I've got some prepared here, and I just put them on little bits of paper that I've stamped on and that. But this is like a collage sheet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on here. And I've got this resin. I've got UV resin. It's by Wooer or whatever. And I find it's okay. I'm not an expert at resin. But what I'm going to do, and when you're messing on with resin, make sure you're in a ventilated spot. I'm just going to try it on this rather than the glue, because then I could get it, because usually I leave these overnight to stick to the paper. And then if I put that down like that, put that over, I'm just going to press that down. Now, what you have to do is you have to be careful with resin, and you have to work quite quickly. So I've just shoved that down like that, and I'm just going to put my little UV light over the top. So you could prepare quite a lot and put them on your sheet of paper. Now it's heating up. I can smell it, and I'm not quite sure how long this UV LED nail lamp runs for. I've never timed it, but it is enough for this. So I will speed this a little bit up. Oops. Right, so I'm just going to check. Yeah, and that's solid. So that's all you need. So you could use your resin. And your resin you can get from Amazon. I've never bought it from like Temu or anything like that, because I'm not sure what it would be like. So we'll put that to one side, and we'll do another one of these. And what I'll do is I'll give you the measurements. I mean, I don't measure. I just kind of guess it. So we'll do it in inches. So it's about 11 inches. So 10 or 11 inches. And again, fold it in half. Grip the ends with a pair of pliers. And then start twisting. I mean, you could use a cocktail stick, a pencil, a kebab stick. Probably the more I do this, the better I'd get it. I know this isn't the way you twirl a baton, but and just twist it round. I have got like a little gripper pen that's meant for this kind of thing, but it's somewhere in my pile system. Okay, and then again. So I think what we'll try is we'll try it with this one. This might be a little bit too wide for, yeah, it's too wide for the amount of plastic, and that's the same size. So I'll do it with the lid on my glue, and again I just nip it together and then I start twisting it and get it as tight as possible. And then I just twist it round. Just grabbing the ends. And if you get any little bits like that flaring up, cut them off, because they're like needles if they get stuck in your finger. And they are a little bit painful. And then just slide it off. And again. I'm just cutting that down over there. We'll use the needle nose pliers. Now I know when you do jewellery you're supposed to bend it over like that, but I don't because I'm not a jewellery maker. And I just keep it in my grip like that. And then just bend it over, and there we are. And then I just use the ends of my and there we are. So we'll find a, and if you wanted to you could colour this in. Let me have a look and see what we've got. We'll use some of these we'll use pale rose. This is just an aquarelle, right? So we'll put it over this guy. So I'm just colouring that little bit in. It's no good doing that because the resin's over it, so you'll get a two-tone. Open your resin, find your flat side. Don't get resin on your fingers. If you do have like an alcohol wipe or a, you know, like the nail varnish remover pads. And then we'll put that over there like that. Try not to get my nails stuck in. I've got resin on my fingers now. You could always wear gloves. Yep. This back on there. And again, we'll put that on. I'm just going to use some hand sanitizer because it's got alcohol in it, just to yeah, and hand sanitizer removes resin. Just don't put it under the UV lamp because it'll set. And while we're waiting on that to cure, put this up here, out the way, and what we'll do is we'll put some resin in these, and all I do is it's got a thin nozzle, get my resin to come out, and then I go around the outsides, and I keep the nozzle in the resin, because if you keep taking it out and putting it back in, you'll get air bubbles. The last thing you want is air bubbles, unless that's the look that you're going for. And it'll dome slightly. It should be self-leveling, but what you find is that your paper underneath, I've used paper book page. You can use card, it's a little bit stronger, because it will soak up some of the resin and you might get like little wrinkles. You tend to get that more with glossy accents than resin. But you can use glossy accents. The only thing with glossy accents is you have to leave it overnight for it to set. Well, for it to set properly. And it's just quite easy like this. Now at this point you can put anything in it before the resin sets. So sometimes I like to put glitter and stuff in. So we've got some glitter here, and I'm just going to take a little and we'll put some in there. Okay, we've got a little bit on there. I think we'll have some on the bumblebee. And I'm just being very, because if you put too much glitter, you won't be able to see. And we'll try a little, this is nail glitter, but it's rubbish. So I just use it in my crafting. And I'm going to put a little bit of this in. And just mix that with the bumblebee. And we'll put a little bit of this. This is just a little stamp. Yep, fasten that. Then what you do is you just put your little light over there, and what I'll do is we'll move that, whoops, up there like that to set, and we'll fill this one in with resin so you can see, and then we'll see what. Now this is the first time I've actually done this type of thing, stuck it on with resin. Resin is a good glue, definitely is a good glue. But if you glue your wire rings down, make sure that you get glue all around, because it will seep, and because I've used resin I can see where with this one, because I didn't get it down quick enough, the resin seeped over, so it'll be a bit of a nightmare. Because then what we do is we trim round it. And again, I'm going to put a little bit of glitter in that one. And you can, you can use your mica powders and all sorts. And that's what you use with resin. You can use alcohol inks. In fact, I've got some alcohol inks. Let me see if I can find them and we'll put a drop. Right, this is pearlized. Right, so I'm just going to put a drop in there. We'll just see. There we are. And we can see all the pearlized bits spreading out and glittering and everything. I'm just tipping it down just to get... So I think we've kind of lost the man a little bit. I'm not quite sure. So I'm not... And we've got a red one. Oh, I've got others, but they're in the... Oh no, it's starting to clear now, so it is spreading around, so that looks quite nice actually. So it's like an ambery colour. And we'll put a drop there. And I've just put a bit of red on that yellow, just see what colour it goes. It should go orange, but I'm not sure what will happen. And I'm just dipping that up. And remember, I'd put glitter in that one as well, so I'm just waiting on it self-leveling again. And then we'll put the light on it. So we'll see how these are. So they're solid. So then what I do is I take my scissors and I just trim out it. And because I haven't stuck the ring down, I can go under it like that. Oh, they're not quite as hard as what I've just put my nice, I've just given myself a nice fingerprint on that one. So I think what we'll do is we'll put these under a little bit longer. But that's what you do. So I'm just having a... Right, so we'll put that back over there and I'll put this over here again. In fact, we might be able to get these. So the red didn't go right over on that one, so we've got a bit of clear glossy accent resin, which is fine. And we'll put that in there. And we'll see if we can pop that one in there as well. So I'll just put these away. And put my resin back in. Oh, crikey, we've got another one here. I forgot about this one. Right, have we got... Okay. I'm not sure if it... Oh, no. So in this one, this definitely needs to do twice, but like my nail, my big one, my nail one would be fine, because it does go on for longer. So if you buy yourself one of these from Temu or something, you maybe it's going to have to put it on a bit longer. So I'm just putting some resin. And I'm just going around the edges and just working my way into the middle. This is the easiest way I've found that works for me anyway. And I've got a bubble there, so I'm just going to poke it. That's it. Bubble out. And this is craft card that's been stamped on, and you can see already you know that it's brought the brown out of the craft card, so that'll make a lovely like vintage type. So that'll be all right. I'm going to put that one in because that's that okay, yeah, that one's done. So, and this is just scrap bits of paper that I'm using. I mean, you can use your you know, your digital papers, you can use your scrapbook papers. You don't have to do circles. You know, you can shape your wire any way you want. It's entirely up to you. But this is just the easiest way, and rather than go and buy, you know, the cabochons, and although you can do that, this is the cheaper way for me. And I'm all for doing things on a budget, always have been, because some of the prices of these like little dangles and things like that are extortionate. I'm just going to put that one on again. I really should time that. And I'm just trimming around and just trimming the back. The ring got stuck. The ring, this is the ring that I made, so that got stuck. So not that we're going to get the journal police in and charge us with anything, but but they do look nice on your journal. And yeah, hang on.
What's that thing on the stairs? The package.
Yeah?
Like that, the package like that. What's that on the stairs? Package like this.
I don't know.
How did it get there?
I don't know.
The ball again?
Ah, maybe it's 2 seconds. Okay, I'm back. It was just a parcel. My husband came in to empty my paper bin. Alright, so we're just cutting round. And there is some bits where the glue or the resin has kind of come out. You can trim it. That's that one. Right, we'll have a look at these. Put that one on. It seems to be stickier where I've put the alcohol ink in. So I probably wouldn't use alcohol ink again. Now these are the ones that are stuck down with the resin. So you know, there is a little bit of resin that kind of snook out when I was sticking the wire down, but I am able to cut it, so that's not a problem. That's that one. And this is the one that we coloured in. Now, on the backs of these charms, you've got just paper. Obviously, that one's been coloured. So what I tend to do is I either cover them with another circle of like gold card or silver card or whatever. See, I'm cutting around on some resin now, and it's cutting all right. Or I just take wax, and I just cover it with a little bit of gold wax. So we'll trim this one. This one's quite pretty actually. So I would use craft card again and just stamp on it. If you haven't got stamps, just do some you know, scribbling with black pens or whatever, because you can't really see. Just draw some like little circles, clocks, anything, little butterflies. So we'll put these out of the way. So we've got, I don't know whether you can see, but that's one of that's the little dragonfly with the glitter in. That's got the, I don't know whether you can see. I'm lifting this light up. Yeah. And these were the ones with the alcohol. So you can see it hasn't covered right the way down there, but that's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my wax paste. Okay, now it's got, that's a silver one, that's a silver one, and we've got gold ones. So what we'll do is we'll turn this over. Now, oh, see this? It's because I've try this. So I'm just using like a sponge brush. Looks like a little makeup brush on the end, but it's what you get in the kids. You know, if you buy a pack of the kids sponge brushes and arty things. And then I'll just cover that. So it's, you can still see the book page on the back, but it's gold, so it looks quite pretty. And there's that one. Try this one. No, it's actually easier to put it on with this. So there we've got that one. Try a different colour, I think. We've got copper and I think we've got brass, or is it bronze? We'll do it with the copper. it, you can even use metallic paint if you wanted to, or just leave it as your bit of card or book page or whatever. And you can even, you know, do the edges. I think it was Andrea from Artymaze I saw doing that with the wax. Now that one, the alcohol ink actually did go right down to the paper, and that's actually covered really well. And a little bit on there. There we are. Now these are the silver ones, so we'll do, I have got some silver wax paste. And that's covered really well. So that one looks silver on the back. And that one's getting a bit of copper mixed in with the silver. And there we are. So that there. So we've got, that is hard. And you can hear them, and because they've got resin in, they're quite good. So we'll just pop those there, and so we're going to go with this one, and I'm going to put a ball pin in that one, and I'm looking for my, this is my tickets journal. I've still not finished it yet. So we've got one of the resin ones. They were a Tuesday treasure, and I did some. I think we'll pop one on this. This little thing is another Tuesday treasure. It might not have been on yet, because this, I think this is for September. And there we are. And if it flips over, it just looks gold on the other side. And the one thing about these is you can maneuver them. So that's that one. I've not got nothing to go on there, no. What have we got here? This is my pumpkin journal. I think we might put, quite like that. That looks nice with that, and I think I'll use the gold. Just let me check, see if there's any. Oh no, that's nice. Right, might have changed my mind here. Now, so we've got a nice lady. That was one where I've used photographs. And I've got a bumblebee. Oh, I like that. I think I'm going to use this one. So this is one that I'd already made with resin. And the longer you leave them, you know, the although they're cured, you can handle them, but the longer you leave them, the better they are, I find. Maybe it's just in my imagination, I don't know. But there we are. So we've got that. Is there any others? That's our... What about... Alright, and these are the... See, you can see I'm in the middle of doing these. So what's this? This is the bumblebee as well. So just with a bulb, you could even use a safety pin if you don't have any bulb pins. I've used safety pins on these. They're just exactly the same, it's just that they're a different shape, shaped like a bulb. So you don't have to be going out and buying yourself some bulb pins, although you can get them from Temu and you can get them at the cheapest I've seen them. Not put any on there. As you can see, this is how I do my... Whoop. That shouldn't be on there. This is me just setting my journals up for covering them. About that one. Yep, I've got another. Yep, I've got another silver one here. And then just trying to catch it. The bulb pins. Hang on. That's it. That's it. And there we are. So we've got a nice little dragonfly running about there. And it's the same dragonfly that's on there, so it goes with the... So that's that. So as you can see, where is it? We've got that one, and put these up here. Got that one, and then our tickets. And there we are. So they look nice. If you know, sometimes I put lace on the edge of my pages, and you could dangle it off the lace. You can have them on the front. There is a couple of journals that I will be putting lace on the edges of the pages. So I hope you get something out of that, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.